Hi, I'm Philip Tifo, the Sales Director at VoIP.ms. This is the part 3 and the final video of a tutorial series on a reseller white label portal. These tutorials are presented in 3 parts covering different topics. The part 1, who is VoIP.ms, a quick tour of the administration portal, and what you need to know before getting started. The part 2 covered the basic reseller configuration, rates and package management, and the client's account management. For this last video, the part 3, will cover the reporting tool, the client's interface and feature management, and a couple of tips and tricks. Watching the part 1 and 2 before this one is not mandatory, but it's highly recommended. Before getting into the topic, here's a quick presentation of VoIP.ms. VoIP.ms is a Canadian-based company founded in 2007 with a team of more than 50 employees spread across Terrebonne, Quebec, New York, and Merida, Mexico. You can transfer your customers' local and toll-free DID across Canada and USA for free, all this without having to sign a heavy contract. VoIP.ms is proud to be the most feature-rich VoIP provider with a fully cloud-hosted platform, a bring-your-own-device philosophy, and a pay-as-you-go services. On top of our well-known Wiki knowledge base, VoIP.ms support team is here to help you in French, English, or Spanish 24/7 by chat, ticket, and email. Since VoIP.ms has a bring-your-own-device philosophy, we perform over the time several interrupts with the best VoIP device manufacturer and software-based solution developer of the telecom industry. Speaking of devices, you can choose among 50 servers located across the globe to connect your preferred solution and get the optimal latency and audio quality. Our network is monitored 24/7 all year long. As mentioned earlier, during this tutorial, we will cover the following topic: the reporting tool, the client's interface and feature management, and a couple of tips and tricks. The report page of the reseller portal gives you access to 6 different reports related to your client. You have the global CDR, the per user CDR, per user faxes, financial report, sub-account report, and DID report. Each of these reports will generate relevant data or financial information for a desired period. The global CDR will give you an overall view of all your client's CDRs combined. Based on the selling cost of the package, this view can give you a good idea of the profitability of the services. Therefore, it's important to set the package properly even if you're not using the payments. The per-user CDR will give you the ability to sort the report for a specific client's and date range. Like the global CDR, you will have the profitability, but for one specific client. The per-user faxes report is exactly like the user CDR, but for faxes. The financial report will give you the financial data based on the assigned package, mostly the revenue versus the cost to give you the net. The sub-account report is the list of all sub-accounts connected to the reseller interface, with related information such as which package and DIDs are associated to this sub-account. The last one, the DID report, is the list of all DID connected to the reseller clients with related information such as the rate center, the connected sub-account, and the associated client. That sums it up for the various reports you can quickly access to follow up on your matrix. The next topic will be the client's interface. The client's interface is what your customer sees and interact with. As seen previously, you can customize it to your colors and give a certain flexibility for your clients to manage their services. Speaking of flexibility, here are almost all the features your clients could manage from the client's interface. This is not a definitive list. We keep adding new features. We also encourage you to submit us your feature request. Now, to access the client's interface, from the page Manage Client Account, you will find an action button called Login. And this button will allow you to log into a specific client's interface. And from the client's interface, you or they will be able to create a complete hosted PBX. First thing first, let's do a tour of the client's interface. The first thing you see when you log into the client's interface is the dashboard. The dashboard is where you display general information, contact, video, and various messages. On the left column, you have all the menus: balance, service, my CDR, virtual fax, and rates. The first tab to explore is balance. This tab, if you display it, will be a transaction summary for your clients, and it's also where they can pay you. As said in the part 2, this page can be withdrawn in the tab Reseller System Configuration of the package. The next menu is service. It is where all the enabled features can be accessed from. It's with these features that you or your client will create the hosted PBX. Each feature, such as the IVR, ring group, or calling queue associated to a client, need to be created from the client's interface to be accessible and editable from the client's interface. If you want to know how to set up each feature, I recommend you to have a look at our Wiki knowledge base. Each feature available in the client's interface has their own Wiki page section to explain how to set it up. You can access our knowledge base at wiki.voip.ms. To continue the client's interface tour, within the service menu, you have the tab My Services. Under My Services, you have three tabs: Account Detail, Detail List, and Edit DID. Under the Account Detail, you will find a summary of the client's sub-account configuration and LinkedIn package. The tab DID List is where they can have a list of their associated DID and where the client can edit the routing of their DID. If you allow it, your client could also order new DIDs from the interface. Under the Service menu, additionally to being able to manage all their phone system feature, your customer will have access to manage their E911 DID registration. The next menu to explore is My CDR, or My Call Detail Record. Under this menu, you will have two tabs, CDR Report and Graphical Usage Report. Under the tab CDR Report, your client will be able to consult and extract all the call history for a date range. They can sort the search with plenty of filters. Under the tab Graphical Usage Report, your client will also have access to a different view of their usage. It can be shown by destination, daily spending, and call status. The next menu is Virtual Fax. Under this menu, your client will be able to fully manage their virtual fax. If you allow it, your client will be able to order a new fax number and manage the routing. Additionally, your client can send and receive faxes directly from the interface, or they can set up an email to fax feature. The last menu to explore is Rate. If you enable it, this menu will give a pricing database for your client. The pricing displayed here reflects the rate you configure for a specific package. What they see here is your selling prices, not your cost. This was wrapping up the client's interface tour. I will now show you how to correctly use the interface to set up a feature for a client. Instead of using the administration portal to set features with the DID number menu here, we will set them up directly into the client's interface with the service menu. Let's say we want to create a call hunting for a client. We will access to the client interface, open the service menu, and then click on Call Hunting. When arrive on the Call Hunting page, we will click on Add Call Hunting, fill up the needed information, and click Save. The next step is to incorporate it in the call strategy. For example purposes, we will keep it simple and route a DID directly to it. To do so, open the service menu and click on My Services and then on the tab DID List. Once in the DID list, find the DID you want to add the feature to and click on Edit DID. This will open a whole set of settings, but we will focus on the tab Routing. Click on it and find the Call Hunting. Open the drop-down menu and select the appropriate call hunting. Scroll down and save changes. Voila! As you can see, now the feature is ready to use. By doing it directly in the client's interface, your client has access to change it if needed. The last section of this tutorial is the tip and tricks. We will see the phone book, SMS MMS, and contact center interface. The first tip is the phone book. This feature can be used to display a specific caller ID name for a number that belongs to employees. If any incoming call to one of your number matches a phone number in the phone book, the caller ID name of the incoming call will show the entry on the phone book. The second tip is the SMS MMS feature. This feature gives your client the ability to turn their web browser into a SMS MMS contact center. From this interface, they can receive and send SMS and MMS. This feature can level up your client's customer service really quickly. The last trick is also about SMS MMS, but also about the virtual faxes. If you are connecting your client to a PBX and do not need the hosted feature, or you don't want your client to play with them, you can disable almost all the feature but keep the fax and SMS MMS enabled. This will turn this client interface into a contact center. This brings us to the conclusion of this series. With these 3 videos, you should have all the necessary knowledge to set up your reseller portal, but feel free to reach us if you have any questions. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on LinkedIn. I'm Philippe Tifo, Director of Sales at VoIP.ms, and I see you on the next one.